I was going to do that thing from Anchorman where, like, ladies and gentlemen, I've just been given a horrifying news story. I want all of you to sit back and look at me. I think that's how the line goes. Cannonball! Wow. The water feels really good. I was actually kind of worried. It's like 52 degrees in the air, but the water feels like it's high 70s. Maybe even mid 80s. That's been pretty hot, so I guess it kind of works out that way. Happy 4th of July, folks. Actually, I think I might have, I think I might actually start my lake videos like this from now on. Now I think about it. I mean, it kind of get me into frame. I mean, if I stand up straight, well, hey, you actually can't see me. Cool. So, by the way, this is the closest towel I had that was red, white, and blue. So please bear with me. That's not the American flag. Then again, I'm pretty sure drying off yourself with an actual American flag is probably a federal crime. I don't know. But anyway, let's get to my low, my high, my act of kindness. Let's see. Well, my low is, I'm actually kind of tired right now. Kind of slept in a little bit too much, but that's okay, because we're good. My high is, I mean, come on. Keuka Lake, 4th of July, on a day like this? Come on. Who'd complain about this? And my act of kindness was... Oh, hold on. Sorry, warm here. Actually, what was my act of kindness? Actually, I can't... I mean, I did, like, give my place in line for someone yesterday. I waited in line for some. I did that. I did hold the door for someone. Well, actually, I went to some place yesterday where, like, the door needs to be closed all the time as soon as you open it, and someone went in, but they didn't open it. It's on my... What? Sorry, something on my... Hold on. There we go. There was like a place where the door had to be closed all the time, but someone left it open, so I closed it. All right, let's do this right here. Now I'm all wrapped up. Hold on a second. Shades. Ring. Chain. My Hot Ones notes. Yeah, didn't think I'd talk about this. Can't talk about yesterday's episode of the Hot Ones without this. It was actually a really good episode, but I'll get to that in a second. And a comfortable chair. Yeah. So, Adam Levine was on Hot Ones yesterday. And it was a really good episode. Let's see what my notes said. So for the first wing, they talked about like impulses and goals, like impulses when writing music and goals he has for Maroon 5's new album. And I really liked Adam Levine's answer for this one because he said, and you know, this is actually something that happens a lot for a lot of artists, not just for Maroon 5. But when you do as much in a band for as long as, say, Maroon 5, you do kind of like wind up not necessarily forgetting, but it kind of makes you wonder, like, man, where did we come? Like, what did we do? So basically, the big goal they had was like, we're gonna do this as a band. We're gonna go back to the stuff that made Maroon 5 successful in the first place. And we're gonna go back to our roots. It's gonna feel right. It's gonna feel natural, and we're all gonna do this together. Like it's a team effort. I like that. he talked about getting kicked out of a club, specifically this one time where, you know what? Well, here's the thing. He got kicked out of a club so fast, he had no idea it happened until it was over. But what happened was he was performing at this club, and he was with this, he and his band were performing at a club, and his one lady friend was approached by, well, it turned out it was the owner, but the owner was saying some not very nice things to her, so Adam Levine, obviously defending her, then like one of the bouncers picks him up, throws him out so fast, he has no idea it happens, and it was then Adam Levine found out that guy who approached his lady friend was the owner. Yeah. You know what? It's probably for the best Adam Levine didn't say the name of this place or who the owner was. I don't think he probably knew who the owner was, but honestly, if like you own a club, like seriously, if I was ever the owner of like an establishment of like that, don't be a dick. Like, just welcome people for coming and enjoying the show that your venue is putting on, Like, why you gotta do that? He talked about his vocal coach Trey Lonnie, and how Trey helped him unlock his like joy of music, because every now and again you do kind of lose it a little bit, and his vocal coach will actually come with him on tours, which I think is really cool. Obviously, technically they didn't really speak mention of The Voice except for the opening when Sean was going over Adam's credits, but we talked about Blake Shelton pranks. Well, technically the question was, what's the funniest prank you ever played on Blake Shelton, and what's the biggest prank he's ever played on you? This was pretty much like the latter, where his girlfriend, now wife at the time, girlfriend at the time, said that she wanted a teacup pig. Basically, it's the kind of pig that really doesn't get much bigger as it gets older. And so, obviously pigs, Blake Shelton's country, go to that. And then Blake Shelton, give me $5,000 to get you a pig. And Blake Shelton got him a pig, again for $5,000. And the pig was like unruly and stuff like that. So they had to, after about a couple weeks, like, we can't take care of this pig anymore. They had to give it to a nice little girl. A few weeks later, that little girl sent pictures of that pig, and it was like 400 pounds. Like, can you imagine owning an animal that gets that big? Like, yeah. Actually, this next question was really cool. So, obviously, Adam Levine, rock star, and one of the greatest frontmen ever. So, Sean actually asked him to build his own, like, frontman based on voice, aura, style, and songwriting. It was funny when I heard this joke because, is Adam Levine going to say Freddie Mercury? He said Freddie Mercury for his voice. Listen, I'm pretty sure whether or not you like Queen, you can't deny Freddie Mercury's voice is unlike anything you'll ever hear. Ever. Sting's aura. Axl Rose's style, specifically from I think he said like the 80s, 90s era. And John Lennon's songwriting. That's, not gonna lie, that's a pretty badass front, man. I really can't think of much I would change about that. I guess I would probably alternate John Lennon with Paul McCartney. Maybe. But other than that, and that's like, because here's the thing, like, yes, it's very sad that John Lennon's, gone. We all, even now, even like decades later, it's still sad. But it really would be hard for any Beatles fan to determine who really was, like, better overall between Lennon and McCartney. So, I guess, yeah, this ideal for a frontman that Adam Levine came up with is solid. But I probably would switch. I could literally interchange McCartney and Lennon. But again, that's just me. He talked about the fact that he also coaches his son's basketball team, which is awesome. And, like, what's the worst part about being a coach and what's the best part of being a coach? And his worst is that he does get kind of hot-headed. I mean, listen, coaches want to win. I get it. But, like, his best moment ever is, excuse me. His 8-year-old shot his first basket, and it was from an assist from his 7-year-old. So basically, his two kids play on the same team together, and one of them got the first basket thanks to an assist from the other. I mean, you can't make this stuff up, man. That's actually really cool. And that's like, that's the sort of thing like you're never going to see ever again. He talked about the most bizarre injury he ever had. It was when he was 25 years old, happened in Dallas. He was, this one trainer showed up and he was given like those TRX, sort of like a mock TRX band. And, the band was attached to like a door. And like, as he was doing the stretch right here, the door opened and it like slammed like right here and it fractured his sternum. Like, he had to get stitches, he had to go to the hospital. He had to perform that night, and he performed for about 45 minutes. And they said, listen, I know you want to see more. I just don't have any. And it was like, boo. So he lifts up his shirt, shows like all the stitches and scarring he got from the fact he fractured his sternum. And I was like, okay, you're good. You don't got to do it anymore. You're fine. Now we get to the bomb. So, Sean asked him what the perfect steak is. Medium rare. Well, that's about as far as he got until, like, you know, the bomb really started hitting him. And then Sean asked him, like, back in your early days, like, what was the best post-show feast you ever got? Which, some manager gave him, like, a deck of cards worth some stuff for Chipotle, like gift cards for Chipotle, which, yeah, I'll be honest, I've never eaten at Chipotle. Fun fact about Chipotle for me, my first exposure to Chipotle was watching South Park. Chipotle away. Some South Park fans are gonna get that reference. They taught. Oh, this was actually a really cool moment that I noticed. So for the Ninth Wing, they basically talked about the fact that Adam Levine is friends with both Jonah Hill and Jake Gyllenhaal, and you know it starts really good. Like, Jonah Hill's one of his best friends, and then Adam's like, "Have any of them done this?" And Sean's like, "Jake did," and Adam's like, "Really? I do." And then Sean's like, "Good, actually, not too dissimilar from you, actually." Camera's off frame a little bit. There we go. Not too dissimilar from you, actually. Which, I like moments. I mean, it's great when every now and again in a Hot Ones episode, when a guest is affiliated with a previous guest, it's nice to get a callback to that. I mean, just recently when Jenny was on, at the end of the episode, Sean mentioned that she now joins both Rose and Lisa as people who completed Hot Ones. So it's cool to get references like that. Like, it really makes Hot Ones it makes it a more rounded show, which is one of the many reasons why it's one of my favorite shows to watch. And for the last dab, considering how many Scoville units are going through his veins, Sean told Adam that Adam is, actually, Adam knows, but Adam is really big into yoga. And so, with all this heat going through our bodies, like, what is, like, the perfect, like, yoga pose or yoga stance to be in for a situation like this? And almost instantaneously, Adam figured out, like, listen, there is a yoga stance after eating wings. Like focus on breathing, but breathe in, breathe out. Like, do it nice and slow. Like, it really opens up your airways more. It lowers your heart rate. It brings things center. It's basically more relaxing. Which, I mean, breathing into your nose and out of your mouth is one of those things where it's so arbitrarily simple, yet it's so effective in so many things. Like, fun fact, if you're getting into running, that's actually like one of the very first things they teach you how to do, is to breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. Now, unfortunately, if you're out of shape, you're really not going to be able to do it very well. But, over time, you get better and you learn how to do it, and, it's really great. So, yeah, man, that was last year's episode of Hot Ones. Adam Levine killed it. He totally killed it. And now I can talk about the fact that it's the 4th of July. It is America's birthday. It is awesome. I'm so happy to be up here. Will not be up here tomorrow. Well, I will be up here tomorrow, but I gotta go back home for something. The point is, tomorrow's video, back in my apartment, but, it's fine. I've had to do, listen, I've done this enough years in a row where, there have been plenty of times where 4th of July was up here, but the next day was back in my apartment. It is what it is, People gotta work on the 5th. That's just what you do. But I do know that now I'm going to enjoy my time up here. Claudia Hoyers is going to be performing at the Sweats. I'm super excited. Not to mention, there's a little parade that the kids do in my area up here at Keuka Lake. It's going to be awesome. Can't wait to see all the little kids and their 4th of July outfits and stuff like that. It's going to be really cool. Super excited. Can't wait for that. It's going to be awesome. We're going to see some people I haven't seen in a long time. You know what? 4th of July is going to be a really good day. I can very much see 4th of July being a better, it's going to be better than great. Because the fact I'm up here with my family, that's really all you need. But the fact that I'm going to be seeing Claudia Hoyers today at 5, on a day like this, seriously. People literally pray for days like this, especially on 4th of July, and you got it, man. This is awesome. I'm super excited. I can't wait for tonight. Can't wait for the parade a little bit later, which reminds me I should probably get this video uploaded. And yeah. But before I go, you know what time it is. Keuka Lake shot. I hope you like this video. Actually, let me get it. There you go. I hope you like this video. If you did, like and subscribe to the YouTube channel, follow me on social media. As always, I'm here helping this video for all of you guys watching the show for today. If you have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful Friday. Oh, well, technically I did say happy 4th of July, and today is Friday, so that counts. So happy 4th of July, happy Friday, America, USA, USA, USA. And remember, if you guys want to talk to him, as we hear the landing back, take care and make good choices. 607 all day, baby.